Hey everyone! So as I mentioned in my other video, today is the first day of spring, which is also Persian New Year. So in this video, I just want to tell you a little bit about Persian New Year, and then there is going to be a surprise mystery reader in just a little bit. So because we have a reader that's going to read to you, I'm not going to read this whole book, but I do want to read a part of it that explains what Persian New Year is all about. So in Farsi, Persian New Year is called Norooz, and to tell someone Happy Norooz, we say Eid Mubarak or Norooz Mubarak. So Norooz, and Mubarak. So Norooz Mubarak. Eid is just another way of saying a special holiday and telling someone happy holidays. So if I were to say to you, Happy New Year, what picture would come to your mind? Would you picture a short, cold winter day? Would everyone be staying up until midnight to shout their greetings, blowing horns and wearing party hats? Well, I want you to picture something else. So this is also what I often will think of because that's the new year I also celebrate at the end of December, but this is another type. So picture a day where the trees have buds, the first flowers are in bloom, and the days are getting longer. I want you to picture the first day of spring, which is today. In a country called Iran, far across the world, people celebrate the new year on the first day of spring when everything starts anew. The trees will grow new leaves, the flowers new petals, and the grass new greenery. They call this day Norooz, or New Day. Persian people have celebrated this day for at least 3,000 years. Throughout those thousands of years, as people from the region journeyed to other countries, they brought the wonderful tradition of Norooz with them. Now, people living in places across the globe celebrate this day. From California, USA, to Kabul, Afghanistan, from Sydney, Australia to Paris, France, they celebrate the first day of spring. Let's take a look at how the festivities begin. So I'm not going to read it all, I'll just kind of flip through. So part of celebrating Norooz involves cleaning, which I did a lot of this weekend. People go to buy new clothes to celebrate. They do a lot of shopping to get food. I know my mom did this, and I feel bad since we're no longer having our family party, but that is also part of it. There is this tradition that I did when I was really little, have not done in a very long time, but you set up a fire and you jump over it, and I can't even remember why we do it. It's about starting new and fresh things. I don't really know. It's cool. There's a video of me when I'm really little doing it. It's cute. This tradition, my mom told me about it. It sounds kind of like Halloween. Kids get pots and pans, and they take a spoon and they go around and they hit it, and then people give them candy. So they don't dress up, but kind of like Halloween. And then I guess their version of Santa Claus is someone that looks like this. They call him Haji Firuz, and he's the one who brings presents. So when I was younger, I remember we'd come back from winter break and I'd be a little sad because everyone would be talking about gifts they got, and my family didn't celebrate Christmas, but I'd be like, come March, that's when I'm going to get some stuff. So there are presents involved. The place where I want to stop is here. This is called the Hafseen. So people who celebrate Norooz will usually set up a special table called the Hafseen. And seen is the way you say the letter S in Farsi, and half means 7. So there's 7 things that should be in the Hafseen, and each one represents something. And I made kind of a makeshift version. I didn't have everything, but I found some substitutes. So I'm going to show you my Hafseen, and I'll tell you what each of the things on it mean. So this is my Hafseen. I'm going to tell you what the different parts of it are and what they represent. So in this little bowl is vinegar, and in Farsi, vinegar is called sirke, and it represents age and patience. Over here, we have some greenery, and in Farsi, that's called sabzi, and it represents rebirth. Over here, we have some flowers. In Farsi, they're called sunbul, and they represent the coming of spring. And then here we have a Persian spice called somah, and that represents the color of sunrise. Here we got an apple, which in Farsi is called sib, and that represents beauty and health. I've got a garlic, which in Farsi is called sir, and that represents medicine. And last, we have some coins, which are called sekke, and that represents wealth. There are some extra stuff that are optional to include. Like I got some sweets over here, and then kind of like Easter, it's tradition to decorate eggs. I have to say, I did not have a lot of time to decorate these, and they're not my best. So I'm gonna include some pictures of years that I'm really proud of the eggs I've decorated. If you hear that squeaking, it's Ellie. It seems like she would like to be included. Hey, Ellie. That was her saying Eid Mubarak. So now we can give our mystery reader a call and see if we can listen to her read a book. Hey, Mom.
Hello, hey Bahar, how you doing?
Good. Norooz Mubarak.
Thanks, same to you. How you doing?
I'm good. I miss you. I wish that we could celebrate today together, and I was excited for you to come to my class and meet my kids. But I did find the video of you reading to my students last year. I wanted to know if it would be okay for me to share that with my kids this year.
Absolutely. I wish I could come and read to them. Hey guys, hi. This is Pune. I'm Miss Bahar's mom. I wish I could come to your class and read you in person, but unfortunately it's not possible right now. Maybe later. Okay?
Okay, thanks, Mom.
Sure, Bahar. Happy Eid, everyone. I wish you the best.
Bye.
Bye.
Norooz. Okay. In a faraway land called Iran, the New Year starts with the first day of spring. Can you see the pages?
Maybe.
Yes. People call it Norooz, which means new day. This is the story of Norooz, a story you have never heard before. It's about a little girl named Bahar. Did you know Bahar means spring in the Persian language? Did you know?
Ice cream.
The little girl of our story
So the
lives
name
in
is
a
Miss
little
Spring.
house in the sky, above the clouds, the sun, the moon, and all the stars. She spends the entire year sleeping in her comfy bed. Magically, she
Is that
wakes up
true, Miss Mom?
only for a day on the last day of winter, and she falls back to sleep when that day ends.
Oh my god.
People in the cities, towns, and villages of Iran, even Iranians who live in other parts of the world, wait for this special day with excitement and joy. They are ready to celebrate Norooz, the Persian New Year. Up in the sky, on the morning of the last day of winter, when the sun begins to shine on the horizon, the little girl of our story starts tossing and turning, moving and stretching in her comfy bed, under her puffy, fluffy, comfy blanket. Down on earth, the big dummy white clouds come rolling through the sky like cotton balls. Cotton balls.
What type of language was that?
Figurative language.
Up in the sky, the little girl of our story finally opens her eyes, jumps out of her comfy bed, picks up her yellow straw broom, and starts sweeping the dust off of the floor of her little house. Down on earth, a cool, cheerful, playful breeze circles between the branches of the trees.
It rhymes, kind of.
Yeah. Ooh. Up in the sky, the little girl of our story grabs a golden watering can and starts watering the pansies in her beautiful little garden. Down on earth, it starts to rain, and the sweet smell of soil fills the air. Up in the sky, the little girl of our story untangles her long, pretty hair with her little ivory comb. Down on Earth, over the clear sky, a rainbow of 7 colors forms the bridge from one horizon to another. Okay.
Light blue.
Up in the sky, the little girl of
Oh,
our
you are
story
right.
Juanita.
opens her old wooden chest, takes out a big silvery mirror, and hangs it on the wall. Down on Earth, the sun peeks out from behind the clouds and speaks its warm, it spreads its warm, shining rays with a big, contented smile. Up in the sky, the little girl of our story decides to put on her emerald green velvety dress, and then she starts to dance. Down on Earth, the sleepy buds begin to wake up and bloom, and the green meadows are covered with beautiful flowers. Up in the sky, the little girl of our story thinks of her melodious harp. She picks it up and starts to play. Down on Earth, on the top branch of every tree, a nightingale starts to sing a happy song. Up in the sky, the little girl of our story hops into the moon's silver pond and makes droplets of light splash in the air. Down on Earth, the beautiful night sky is filled with sparkly, twinkling little stars. Up in the sky, the little girl of our story starts to feel very tired and very sleepy. Down on Earth, the Persian New Year is about to begin. The little girl of our story, Bahar, who has blessed the people with the gift of spring, slowly crawls under her puffy, fluffy, comfy blanket and falls asleep again. People in the cities, towns, and villages dance, party, celebrate Norooz, and feel grateful for all the beauty and hope that spring might bring to their lives.
Thanks for watching and for celebrating Norooz with me. Here's a picture of a real fancy half scene. Mine's not quite there yet, but this one is my aunt's from a few years ago. And then there's also pictures of these eggs I painted in the past that I am really proud of. Maybe this weekend I'll paint some eggs. If you have ideas for what I should paint, feel free to message them to me and I'll try to make it happen.